Did you know that the breakfast you've been eating for years, the one you believe keeps you healthy, could actually be speeding up aging, damaging your heart, and clouding your memory? It sounds shocking, but for millions of Americans over 60, it's the hidden truth no one talks about. Every morning, countless seniors sit down to the same comforting foods: a bowl of cereal, a toasted bagel, a strip of bacon, maybe a fruit smoothie, thinking they're doing something good for their health. Yet, according to recent studies published in the American Journal of Geriatric Nutrition, these common breakfast staples may quietly increase the risk of heart disease, fatigue, brain fog, and inflammation by up to 70%. It's not your fault. For decades, the food industry has sold us the illusion of healthy breakfasts that are, in reality, loaded with sugar, refined carbs, and chemicals your body can no longer process efficiently after 60. But here's the good news. Science has also revealed a handful of simple, natural foods that can reverse this damage, protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and restore the energy you thought you'd lost forever. So today, we're uncovering the truth. The 4 worst breakfast foods seniors should never touch, and the 4 best ones you should eat every single day to stay strong, sharp, and independent. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Part 1. The 4 worst breakfast foods for seniors. Number 1. Sugary breakfast cereals. For millions of seniors across America, breakfast begins the same way every morning: a bright box of cereal, a cheerful commercial promising whole grains and vitamins, and the comforting crunch that feels like a healthy start to the day. But behind that friendly packaging lies one of the most dangerous traps for older adults: refined sugar disguised as health food. Most breakfast cereals marketed to seniors contain between 18 and 30 grams of sugar per serving, the same as eating a glazed donut before 9 a.m. You may not taste the danger, but your body feels it within minutes. Blood sugar levels spike sharply, flooding your bloodstream with glucose. Then, just as quickly, they crash, leaving you exhausted, irritable, and hungry again before mid-morning. For seniors, whose metabolism and insulin sensitivity have already slowed with age, this constant rise and fall is far more than an inconvenience. It's a direct assault on your brain, heart, and energy. Dr. Susan Mitchell, a geriatric nutrition specialist at Johns Hopkins, warns that repeated morning sugar spikes are like tiny tremors to the body. Over time, they erode balance, damage blood vessels, and trigger inflammation linked to arthritis, fatigue, and even memory loss. Imagine a retired teacher like Eleanor, 72, who believed her healthy bran flakes were doing her good. Yet months later, she found herself struggling with brain fog and sudden afternoon crashes, symptoms her doctor traced back to her sugary breakfast routine. What's most alarming is how quietly it happens. You think you're making a smart choice. After all, it says heart healthy on the box. But those words often hide processed grains stripped of fiber, sprayed with synthetic vitamins, and glued together with sugar and corn syrup. It's breakfast in disguise, and it's aging your body from the inside out. So before you pour another bowl tomorrow morning, ask yourself, is that cereal feeding your health or feeding the very inflammation that makes you feel older than your years? Because the next food on this list is even more deceptive. It's warm, soft, and smells like comfort. But what it does to your arteries will shock you. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. Number 2, white bread
Bagels and pastries. For many older Americans, the smell of a toasted bagel or a warm muffin feels like comfort, a small ritual that starts the day with familiarity. But what if that simple pleasure is quietly stealing your energy, aging your body, and sabotaging your heart from the inside out? The truth is unsettling. White bread, bagels, and pastries are not breakfast. They're blood sugar bombs disguised as morning comfort. When you bite into that soft, fluffy bagel, your body reacts almost the same way it would to a spoonful of pure sugar. Refined white flour has been stripped of fiber, minerals, and nutrients, leaving behind empty carbohydrates that convert into glucose almost instantly. According to Dr. Michael Reynolds, a cardiologist at the Mayo Clinic, just one large bagel can spike your blood sugar higher than a candy bar. And for older adults, those repeated surges accelerate vascular aging and brain decline. Take Frank, a 68-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio. Every morning, he'd stop by the local bakery for a fresh bagel and coffee. It was his routine, his comfort. But after years of feeling sluggish and lightheaded by noon, his doctor ran tests, and the results were startling. His fasting blood sugar had climbed into the pre-diabetic range, and early signs of artery stiffness had begun. "I thought it was just getting old," he said. "Turns out, it was breakfast." White bread and pastries offer a fleeting sense of warmth, but deliver nothing your aging body truly needs. No lasting energy, no fiber for digestion, and no protection for your heart. Instead, they trigger inflammation, drain your strength, and leave you trapped in a cycle of craving and crash. And here's the frightening part. The next breakfast food on our list doesn't just harm your heart, it can poison it, one salty bite at a time. Number 3, processed meats, bacon, sausage, and ham. For generations, the sound of bacon sizzling in a pan has been the sound of morning in America. That smell, smoky, savory, nostalgic, has a way of stirring memories of Sunday breakfast, laughter, and family around the table. But for seniors, that same familiar aroma now comes with a hidden danger. What was once comfort food has quietly become one of the biggest threats to heart health after 60. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham are loaded with sodium nitrates, preservatives, and saturated fats, a toxic combination that silently corrodes your arteries. When these compounds hit the bloodstream, they trigger oxidative stress and inflammation, two key drivers of heart disease and stroke. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, eating just 2 slices of bacon a day increases your risk of cardiovascular disease by nearly 42%. For seniors with already fragile blood vessels or high blood pressure, that risk is even higher. Dr. Linda Parker, a cardiologist at Mayo Clinic, explains it plainly. Every strip of processed meat you eat adds pressure to your arteries. You might not feel it today, but it's building up damage that steals years from your heart. Take George, 74, a retired Navy veteran who never missed his bacon and eggs. "It's how I started every day for 50 years, he said proudly, until chest pains landed him in the ER. His doctor showed him the scans, plaque buildup, and stiffened arteries. George was stunned. The food that reminded him of home had quietly been cutting his life shorter with every breakfast. And even worse, these meats are cooked at high heat, frying or grilling, which produces carcinogenic compounds that have been linked to colorectal cancer and memory decline. It's a silent sabotage, hidden behind flavor and nostalgia. So next time you hear that bacon sizzle, remember, the sound that once meant home could now mean harm. But the next breakfast danger is even trickier. It wears the mask of health, comes in bright packaging, and fools millions of seniors every single day. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. Number 4, flavored yogurts and healthy smoothies. It's the kind of breakfast that seems innocent, even virtuous. A cup of creamy yogurt topped with fruit, or a bright smoothie filled with strawberries and banana. For years, seniors across America have been told these are healthy choices. But here's the shocking truth. Most of those so-called health foods are quietly flooding your body with more sugar than a can of soda. Flavored yogurts and pre-made smoothies are often marketed with pictures of fresh fruit and labels that say low fat or probiotic. Yet when you flip the container around, you'll often find 20 to 40 grams of sugar hiding inside. That's 8 to 10 teaspoons in a single serving. For someone over 60, whose metabolism has slowed and whose insulin response has weakened, that kind of sugar surge can be devastating. Dr. Angela Rivera, a nutrition scientist at Stanford, warns, when seniors start their morning with a sugar-loaded smoothie, they trigger an inflammatory cascade that can last all day. That means joint stiffness, fatigue, swelling, and even memory fog, all before lunchtime. Over time, those daily healthy choices can pave the way to diabetes, heart disease, and accelerated aging of the brain. Take George, a 67-year-old from Florida who prided himself on his morning smoothie, low-fat yogurt, a splash of orange juice, and frozen fruit. He thought he was being careful, but when his doctor showed him his fasting glucose, a dangerous 130, he was stunned. What he thought was a healthy habit had been pushing him toward prediabetes for years. The problem isn't fruit itself. It's how companies pack it into processed, sugary form and call it wellness. Seniors deserve better than to be misled by marketing. Because when you strip away the labels and sweet promises, real health comes from whole natural foods, the kind that protect your heart, fuel your energy, and keep your mind clear. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next in Part 2. The 4 best breakfast foods for seniors. The meals that heal, energize, and help you age stronger. Number 1. Oatmeal, the gentle powerhouse for the aging body. For decades, oatmeal has been a quiet classic, simple, humble, and often overlooked. Yet for seniors, it may just be one of the most powerful breakfasts nature ever designed. A warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning does far more than comfort the soul. It protects the body, calming inflammation, stabilizing blood sugar, and feeding every cell with steady, lasting energy. Dr. Laura Benton, a geriatric nutritionist from the University of Michigan, calls oatmeal the heart's best friend after 60. Why? Because it's rich in beta-glucan, a special soluble fiber that helps sweep bad cholesterol from your arteries, lower blood pressure, and regulate glucose levels throughout the day. Unlike refined grains that cause sugar spikes, oatmeal releases energy slowly, keeping you sharp, calm, and satisfied. For older adults, this stable fuel is crucial. It prevents the fatigue, dizziness, and mood swings that so often follow sugary breakfasts. And there's more. Oatmeal feeds the good bacteria in your gut, strengthening your immune system and improving nutrient absorption, something many seniors struggle with. Add in its high magnesium and iron content, and you're supporting bone strength and circulation in one simple meal. Take Margaret, 69, from Wisconsin. For years, she started her day with cereal and toast, until her doctor warned her of rising cholesterol. She switched to oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts. 3 months later, her cholesterol dropped, her energy returned, and her joint pain eased. "It's such a small change," she said, "but I feel like I got a new engine."
Oatmeal isn't fancy or flashy, but that's its secret power. It fuels your heart, your mind, and your longevity quietly, one spoonful at a time. And yet, there's another morning food that does more than protect. It rebuilds your brain and muscles from within. It's a food once feared, but science now calls it a miracle for aging well. Number 2, eggs, the perfect protein for a strong body and sharp mind. For decades, eggs were unfairly blamed for raising cholesterol and harming the heart. Seniors were told to avoid them, to trade them for processed cereal or dry toast. But now, after years of research, science has flipped the script. The truth is clear. Eggs are one of the most complete, healing foods you can eat after 60, packed with nutrients your aging body quietly craves. Each egg is a small nutritional miracle. High-quality protein to rebuild muscle, choline to protect your memory, lutein and zeaxanthin to guard your eyes, and vitamin D to strengthen bones. In fact, studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that seniors who eat eggs regularly have better cognitive performance and fewer balance problems than those who skip them. And that's not all. Eggs help your body absorb other nutrients more efficiently, meaning that pairing them with vegetables like spinach or tomatoes can multiply their benefits. Dr. Samuel Reed, a geriatric specialist in Florida, often reminds his patients, after 60, you're not just eating for energy, you're eating for preservation. Eggs preserve muscle, memory, and mood. He's right. As we age, our ability to process protein declines, making every gram more valuable. The protein in eggs is pure and bioavailable. Your body uses nearly every bit of it. Take Margaret, a 73-year-old grandmother from Texas. For years, she skipped breakfast or grabbed a muffin on the go. She often felt dizzy, her memory faltered, and she feared it was the start of dementia. Then her doctor suggested 2 pasture-raised eggs each morning, lightly scrambled in olive oil. Within a month, her energy steadied, her focus improved, and even her mood brightened. "It's like my brain woke up again," she said softly. That's what real nourishment does. It gives your body the raw materials to feel alive again. And if eggs can restore your strength, imagine what happens when you add a food that heals your gut, builds your immunity, and cools inflammation from the inside out. That's where the next breakfast hero comes in. A simple pairing of creaminess and vitality that most seniors overlook. Number 3, Greek yogurt with berries, the healing harmony of strength and serenity. It's cool, creamy, and comforting. Yet, behind its simplicity, Greek yogurt with berries holds one of the most powerful combinations of nutrients for seniors who want to age with strength, clarity, and calm. For decades, doctors have called it a longevity breakfast, and the science behind it is astonishing. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is strained, making it denser in protein and lower in sugar. Just 1 cup can provide 15 to 20 grams of complete protein, helping seniors preserve lean muscle and maintain balance, 2 things that become harder with every passing year. But its greatest gift lies in the gut. Inside each spoonful lie billions of probiotics, good bacteria that help digestion, strengthen immunity, and even improve mood. Research from the American Geriatric Society reveals that older adults with a healthy gut microbiome experience less inflammation, better memory, and stronger immunity. Dr. Laura Finch, a leading geriatric dietitian, often tells her patients, when your gut is healthy, your whole body listens. She's seen seniors who once suffered from constant bloating, fatigue, and brain fog regain their spark simply by replacing sugary breakfast with a bowl of Greek yogurt and fresh fruit. Now, add the berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, nature's jewels,
bursting with antioxidants and polyphenols. These compounds protect your cells from oxidative stress, the invisible rust that speeds up aging. Together, the yogurt and berries form a partnership that quiets inflammation, supports your heart, and restores mental clarity. Take Margaret, a 70-year-old retired nurse from Florida. For years, she skipped breakfast or grabbed coffee and pastries. But when her daughter introduced her to Greek yogurt with blueberries and a drizzle of honey, everything changed. Her digestion improved, her energy steadied, and she said, "It feels like my body finally remembers how to heal." This simple bowl of yogurt and berries isn't just food, it's balance, peace, and renewal in every bite. And yet, there's one more breakfast choice that completes the picture: the perfect blend of healthy fats, fiber, and satisfaction. It's crunchy, creamy, and surprisingly powerful. Let's talk about whole grain toast with avocado or nut butter, the ultimate heart protector. Number 4, whole grain toast with avocado or nut butter, the heart's morning shield. Sometimes the most powerful breakfasts aren't fancy. They're the ones that quietly work in harmony with your body, rebuilding what time has worn down. A slice of warm, whole grain toast topped with creamy avocado or a spoonful of natural nut butter may seem ordinary, but for seniors, it's one of the most complete, healing meals you can begin your day with. Whole grain bread is far more than a source of carbs. It's rich in dietary fiber, magnesium, and B vitamins, nutrients that regulate digestion, support heart rhythm, and keep energy stable throughout the morning. Unlike white bread, which floods your system with sugar, whole grains release energy slowly, protecting your heart and maintaining steady blood sugar. According to research from the American Heart Association, older adults who eat whole grains daily have up to 30% lower risk of heart disease and significantly better cholesterol balance. Now, pair that with avocado, one of nature's best sources of healthy monounsaturated fats and potassium. Dr. Ellen Marks, a cardiologist at the Cleveland Clinic, calls avocado the senior's ally for healthy arteries. Its fats lower LDL, bad cholesterol, raise HDL, good cholesterol, and help the body absorb vitamins A, D, and E, all crucial for aging skin, joints, and memory. For those who prefer nut butter, such as almond or peanut, the effect is similar: protein for strength, magnesium for nerve health, and a feeling of fullness that prevents mid-morning cravings. Consider Walter, a 73-year-old from California who once skipped breakfast or grabbed a pastry on the go. When he switched to whole grain toast with avocado, his cholesterol dropped 20 points, his blood pressure stabilized, and most importantly, he felt alert again. "It's such a small change," he said, "but it feels like my body finally woke up." That's the real magic of this breakfast: small, steady nourishment that protects your heart, fuels your mind, and keeps you feeling capable each day. And now, as we bring all these insights together, one question remains: how can these 4 simple breakfasts truly transform your mornings, your health, and even your future? Let's find out in the final conclusion: the truth about breakfast after 60. Final thoughts: the power of a healing breakfast. By the time we reach our 60s, every meal we eat begins to matter more. The body that once bounced back easily now whispers, or sometimes shouts, its needs. And nowhere is that voice clearer than at breakfast. The choices you make each morning set the tone for your heart, your brain, and your strength throughout the day. When you fill your plate with real, whole foods, oatmeal that steadies your blood sugar, eggs that sharpen your memory, yogurt that heals your gut, and avocado toast that protects your heart, you are doing more than eating. You are restoring balance to a body that has worked hard for decades.
Science calls it metabolic renewal. I call it giving your years the energy they deserve. These foods don't promise eternal youth, but they do offer something far more valuable: the power to stay independent, alert, and strong. Dr. Natalie Brooks, a geriatric physician from Boston, says the right breakfast for a senior isn't about dieting or weight loss. It's about vitality, the ability to wake up and feel capable of living the day fully. Remember, you don't need to change your life overnight. Replace one harmful habit at a time. Swap sugar for fiber, fried meats for fresh protein, empty calories for nourishment that truly sustains you. Because every morning gives you a new chance to choose health over habit, and it starts with what's on your plate. Tomorrow, when you sit down to breakfast, don't just eat to survive. Eat to stay alive, alert, and strong. Your best years aren't behind you, they're waiting at your table. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with one. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.